Hi, I'm Susan Hersh from Meet the Experts. Most women today on their list is to have perfectly groomed eyebrows. I'm here at the Valerie Joseph Salon on Madison Avenue, and we're going to be meeting with Rachel Gangemi, the eyebrow makeup specialist. And we are so excited because we get to see the eyebrow queen in action, sculpting beautiful eyebrows. Rachel, what are the major benefits for a woman to have the right eyebrow shape?
Well, perfect eyebrow shape is a mini lift without the surgery, so it just...
A mini eye lift, you mean?
It is. It's a mini eye lift without the surgery. It gives you that eye-opening arch that you can get with nothing but a knife, unless you have your eyebrows tweezed.
So
it really
it's really
makes a big
the
difference.
Frame of the face.
It's the frame of the face. Eyebrows are so important, and people don't realize it until they have them done professionally for the first time. Some people think they never needed them done, and then once they have them done, they're so amazed. Brows are supposed to begin from the corner of the nose straight up to the corner of the eye. They're supposed to begin there. Your arch is supposed to be diagonal above the pupil, and they're supposed to end from the corner of the nose to the corner of the eye. That is your perfect frame for your brow.
Some eyebrows actually seem to disappear on the face, like if a woman has blonde hair, or as women get older, they also have gray hairs. How do you correct a situation like that?
You can tint them. If you have your hair colored, you can color your brows.
Oh, so that's a solution. So you actually will tint those brows?
Yes.
And make them work to the color of the hair?
Yes.
Oh, that's...
I will actually match the other hair in the brow. Like, I'll make it exactly the same, and the same as the color on the head. And it really makes a big difference. A lot of women start to pull those out, and it's a big mistake because they'll end up getting more, and they keep pulling them out, and then they end up with big holes in their eyebrows.
Well, also, if you keep pulling out your eyebrows, that also becomes another issue, because I know that the eyebrow hair in general is the slowest to grow on the face.
Yes.
And as a result, if it's only growing, I think 10% at a constant rate, that becomes an issue. If you keep plucking out your brows, it's going to take that much longer for them to grow back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, how often do your clients come to visit you? What cycle?
Every 4 to 6 weeks. 4 weeks is the best amount of time, but depending on the person's eyebrow, some people can stretch it to 6 weeks if they have those fine, light eyebrows. But if you have dark brows and you see the little ones growing in,
but
they're
for
more obvious.
Savita, who you were working on,
once a month would be the best amount of time.
She has a much fuller brow,
yes.
and she has stronger eyebrow lashes.
Yes.
And what do you recommend actually for your customers to maintain in the interim during their visits?
I always say, when in doubt, leave the brow alone. If there's some very obvious hairs, you can take them. If you are positive they don't belong anywhere in the brow, you can take them out. But I prefer that people leave the work to me.
So no happy tweezing on a daily basis?
No.
I know that over-tweezing is such a major issue with women that they are always tending to tweeze on a constant basis. And so therefore, someone like yourself who's a professional doesn't have that much eye hair to work with. So what do you recommend?
When someone like that comes in, I will give them a lesson in how to fill them in the meantime, and I will have them come back in about 6 to 8 weeks. And we'll start to gradually shape them from there. It's going to take a little bit of time to get them perfect.
So
because,
they have
like
to be
you said,
committed.
They have to be committed, yes.
And committed probably means a good 6 months, if not more, depending upon how their hair is growing.
Yes, yes. And I tell them to hide their tweezers. Go home and put them somewhere they can't find them.
Oh, that's so funny. Husbands tell their wives to hide their credit cards, and here you are telling them to hide their tweezers.
Yes.
That's hysterical. So a lot of women that go through cancer chemotherapy and radiation also are at a loss because it's so devastating when they're having a loss of hair, especially in the eyebrow as well. What do you recommend? How do you work with a cancer patient over that period of time?
Well, the best thing they can do is fill them in, and I can show them how to fill them in the most natural way possible.
And when you say fill them in?
With a little pencil and powder.
So an eyebrow pencil and also a little bit of
powder.
a brow
it will
powder.
set it, and it will help keep it on longer, especially if everything is gone. I mean, you really need to soften it and set it, because it will disappear. If somebody just has a little hole in their brow and you're just filling that in, you can just put a little pencil or powder and not have to worry. It will kind of just blend in with everything else. But when you're dealing with almost nothing, you really have to be careful not to make them look like they're drawn on. So you try to make them look as natural as possible.
Exactly,
So
they
I
have
do show
someone like
people
you who can show someone how to
Yes.
actually create the shape,
yes.
during the interim period of time. I know that antidepressants and Prozac, seizure and thyroid medication also affects the hair growth cycle.
Yes.
I'm not sure if a lot of women are aware of that. What actually happens to those hairs?
Well, a lot of medications affect every hair growth. Your hair on your head, your eyebrows, your lash growth. Some medications can make things grow faster, and a lot of other, some of those medications can make the hair grow slower. I'm not exactly sure of the medical reasons why, but there are medications that actually make people grow hair, and that's a problem.
In that case, you have more to work with,
and
but
we have
the
to,
opposite problem when there's a loss of hair.
Yes. My mother, she's on thyroid medication, and she's found that her hair has gotten sparser on her eyebrow, and her hair on her head has gotten finer.
So she has you at least to help her,
Yes.
the expert. So a lot of women, they've actually moved away from waxing due to the sensitivity. I know that women's skin tends to get more sensitive also as they get older, and
Yes.
they've actually moved on to a threading method, which is done with string. I know that your expertise is tweezing. So what's
Tweezing,
the
I think,
difference
is-
between the two?
Well, tweezing is a little bit, I believe, more precise. Yeah, I pull it one hair at a time. It's very precise. I can dictate which ones I pull and which ones I don't. When I'm brushing the hair out of the way, I can really get in and shape the brow without having to worry about taking too many hairs.
And you also use a small pair of scissors as well.
Yes,
So
safety
anybody that
tip
has the
scissors.
little strong hairs that are straggly, because
Yes,
we have
if
straggly hairs too.
Yes. Sometimes they grow a little bit longer, and we need to trim them. Nobody wants to look like the Mad Professor.
That's for sure. We want to have constantly beautiful manicured eyebrows.
Yes.
That's the motto for today. Well, I thank you so much. We've learned so much. It's amazing what you think about when it comes to the eyebrow and the grooming. And you did a beautiful job with Savita's
Thank you.
eyebrow. What a difference that is.
Thank you.
Oh, this is incredible. Awesome. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Until the next time, I'm Susan Hersh from Meet the Experts.